You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them live. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them live. With your mans and them live. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them live. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them. It's your mans and them.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them.
Yo. You are now watching Yah Mans and them live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
I'm your man's Austin Felix.
And I'm your man Shakespeare in the Random Studio in Brooklyn, New York. This is Yah Mans and Them Live.
Live. Yo, it's another Wednesday. We are here in the flesh, about to give you guys some great
Is that how you scream in a crowd?
entertainment. Yeah, because you don't want to lose your voice. You got to protect your voice, your vocal cords, man. Yo, this is a gift right here. This voice box, I think I'm going to make a lot of money off of this. Pause. Enough about my throat.
Hey, yo. That's not how we start.
That's how we going to start it off.
That is not how we starting out today.
Shout out to Bello. Shout out to Kyrie. Tonight, we are the Three Musketeers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they call me Dirk.
We holding down the fort, y'all. We holding down the fort.
Yeah, thanks for cutting me off because I'm about to go somewhere else. I still want to do it. You could call me Dark Chocolate. We got nougat right there. And we got cocoa
Go
bean.
ahead. Yeah, call another man milk chocolate.
You just called me Cocoa Bean.
How y'all doing? Who's in the chat right now? What's up?
Make yourself be known.
Shit, while we on, let me see.
Zay, what up? Zay in the chat, we see you.
What's good, Zay? What's good? Let me see. All right, so we gonna start it off like this. Where Queens at? Where Queens at? Where Queens at? No, you ain't like shit. You know what's crazy? Like that people still rep their boroughs, even to this day. Like,
shout out
that's
Brooklyn.
that's never gonna end.
Shout out Brooklyn.
Niggas gonna be 50, 60 years old. Yo, you from the Bronx? Ugh.
I ain't gonna lie. Last night I was having a conversation with my boy Mike, and he's from Long Island. And he was saying how, like, you know, Long Island, like, basically how, like how much difference there was between Long Island and the boroughs. It was like the reputation you had, like, from, if you was from the boroughs, like, they loved you on the island. You know what I'm saying? But if you was from the island, it's like you ain't get the same reception.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't from the boroughs.
Either of the islands, to be honest with you. Staten Island or Long Island.
Oh, yeah. That's the one island that we agreed, like, yo, if it was like, we would pick Long Island to go against Staten Island.
Yo, you stupid. May the best island win.
Yo, come on, Long Island.
Shoot. Yo, shout out to Lily. Shout out to Mac Boy Entertainment. Yeah.
Was goody.
Let's get this show on the road. All right, yo, listen. I forgot what I was watching. It was a podcast, and they brought up this topic, so I'm still in it.
So he's watching the podcast?
I was watching the podcast, and the question they asked was, which theme song from a TV show lives in your brain rent-free? Okay? For me, when Moesha went on Netflix, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I was playing that intro back 5 times before I watched the episode. Y'all, I don't think y'all understand what I'm talking about. y'all don't understand me. And she had 2 versions. I'm talking about not the first season version. I'm talking about the second and third season. Yo, what about y'all? What y'all got?
I ain't gonna lie, Jamie Foxx.
All right, let me play this
That's
one.
the classics.
Right.
I lost my cap.
Not this one. But it's still hit hard.
This is shit.
Oh, it's this one. This one right here. Yeah. They put the 808s in it. Hey. If you know the
Low-key,
words, sing along.
I did not like this show. Low-key.
Why not? You didn't like her
I
face?
just did. Wow. Wow. That's what I said?
Yo, I find Brady really attractive, but people used to cut her ass.
Now, her eyes a little far apart.
Yeah, see?
I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, she's very attractive still.
Now, you know what commercial had me?
What?
I think it was an Optimum commercial.
Optimum? Wait.
877-393-4448.
You
Now,
know
that
what?
shit, I don't know why. That shit always, like, you hear that shit from across the room, and that shit
Yeah.
just had you singing the numbers just cause.
And then they kept remixing it.
yeah,
like they had
there's mad different commercials with it. Yeah.
Which you was about to play the Jamie. I was about to play the Jamie Foxx one.
Yeah.
I got you. You know another one? You remember
Nah,
DL Hughley?
that Reese's Puff commercial is a slap.
Wait, which one? You about to play it?
Nah, he had it on the laptop. Like I'm looking at it right now.
Let us know in the chat what theme song or intro, whatever, or commercial, jingle.
The Wayans brothers.
Oh yeah, word.
That's my shit.
How I go?
He one of those people.
Let me see.
Stop the car.
Let me see. This is Jamie Foxx.
This one was
There
smooth.
I go.
This one was smooth.
Tonight's the night you can check out my flow. Time to get it started. You know what to do.
If you want me to. Yeah.
Now, you know what show? You know what show I fucked with so hard, but I did not like the intro song?
What?
Martin, bro.
Yeah, he had two of them though.
I got you right here. Because I watched it so much
Yeah.
that this shit started to get annoying. Like, I was just like, Martin! Like, all right, come on, play the show. Like,
Nah, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. His intro is a little underwhelming compared to everybody else's.
yeah. The show was fire, though.
Word. You know, I don't know if
watched
y'all
all
remember.
that
If y'all 90s babies, y'all remember DL Hughley. He had a commercial, and I forgot what it was for, but it was like CALLATT. Y'all remember that?
Oh, it's a collect call phone number.
Yo, that shit used to
When
be in
niggas
my
used to use
head.
payphones.
Yeah. That shit used to be in my head. Yeah, let us know in the chat. Let me see what's in the chat right now.
Nah, writing TV jingles is crazy, though, to be honest with you. Like, that's literally the most catchy shit you could ever
This is it
write.
right here.
Hey, girl, you better dial 1-800-CALL ATT for collect calls. Know when a woman gets her hair done, rain is just like kryptonite.
I don't think I ever saw that.
Bucks on every call. Just dial down the center. 1-800-CALLATT for collect calls. She got a perm, a weave, and a press and curl. And water ain't her friend. Dial 1-800-CALL ATT for collect calls.
Yeah. That shit used to be in my head. CALLATT, he had different ones. All right. Let me see what's in the chat real quick. Yeah, to everybody in the chat. We out here again. Hey, yo, what?
My bad.
Let me see.
What's y'all jingles? You know what I thought about the other day? The song from Shaft.
What? Which one?
From the original, the first. I don't know if it's the original. I'm not gonna lie. The first one was Samuel Jackson.
Chef. That one?
Yeah, who's the man?
Isaac Hayes.
Who is the man that will risk his life for the brother, man? Chef.
Yeah,
Damn right.
I just thought about that shit the other day.
Zay said Jamie Foxx show theme song from season 3 to 5. I owe the digital cable song. Wait, what'd you say? I owe the digital cable song.
I owe digital cable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, now that's funny how we just got that.
Yeah.
Them Fanta girls. Don't you want the Fanta?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
What about who's that? Stan Lee, the carpet cleaner.
Stanley Steamer.
Sure, cleaner. And there's another one for like a law, some shit.
Law?
Solino is my
Yeah.
They changed the number mad times.
Checking in can take its toll. Check out fast and nice and cold.
Don't you wanna?
Nah, this shit old too. That's crazy.
Yo, shit.
Checking in can take its toll. Check out fast and
Nice and slow.
None of the girls look like that no more.
Yo,
Hey, we getting our shit copywriting.
speaking of your word,
We
speaking
ain't
of,
making no money off of this.
let me ask y'all a question. Would y'all want to be on a dating show? Like right now, dating shows. Well, they've been in reality shows. Dating shows been in. You see a lot of dating shows on Netflix. What's that famous one? If y'all know.
It's a couple. Honestly, I've been watching dating shows recently, and it's a couple of them. And it's like when you think back to like dating, so you think of like Flavor Flav,
Yeah.
Right.
Like what's the other shit?
I Love New York.
Yeah, she had her own show. She came from Flavor Flav, but like
A Real World. I ain't never watched that though.
I don't know what that one is, but but I feel like there's a big push for it again. So it just had me thinking like do people actually go on dating shows with the intent to actually like look for somebody? Like is that like a thing? Like I'm actually going on this show because I think that I'm gonna find a partner. I think I'm gonna find somebody I like enough to be with, or blah blah blah. Maybe go the next mile, be married, because there are married dating shows now to get married.
Right. A lot of dating shows. Oh, the fuck my wife while I look for my girlfriend. Like
No, that's different.
those are the new dating shows.
I would go on a dating show, but I wouldn't take it seriously. It was just to show my personality. That's it.
It's for the like.
It's for the bag.
fame. Yeah,
it's for the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't take it seriously.
Because I was watching, I'm like, all right, these people like they be faking it. They be faking that shit
That's
for
a fact.
weeks.
Right.
And then like always at the end of the show, you go on Instagram, go on Twitter, see who's still together. Nobody be together.
Zay said Hell Date. Remember that?
Oh, Hell Date was fire.
back in the day.
Oh, remember Next?
Yeah, I was just about to
Next
say that.
was wild. Nigga stepped off the bus. Next. What is you talking about?
And they used to have some corny ass line. I had to leave anyway.
Nah,
She
but
don't know what she missing.
I fucks with the online speed dating shit that like the content creators on YouTube be pushing out.
Or they have like a
okay.
line of girls.
Yeah, line
and-
up, or they do
yeah.
like the shit with the button, like that shit. I don't know. That shit is entertaining. It's just
Yeah.
it's entertainment. It's not really to
That's-
look for somebody.
Yeah, let me hold your hands. Next. Yo, give me a hug. All right, next. Why did you get say next?
That should be funny.
But I feel like people are way more blunt now than they used to be.
That's a fact. Nah, since we talking about
They used
dating,
to be like, "Oh, you just not my type." Now it's like, "You fat,"
right. Dead ass, like just straight up.
just like that. You fat.
But a lot
Sometimes
of
you
it
gotta be
is for the
verbal.
content. A lot of it
Right.
is for the content.
you're right. The bluntness is definitely like clickbaity. But since we talking about dating, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and she's in her 30s, and she was talking about being okay with having a kid and not being married, like just off jump, just like co-parenting, like, and I feel like that's the norm now. Like I don't think people are really looking forward to getting married. I think people's visions about family may not even have marriage in the picture. Like less so now than before. I think that's a new norm, and I'm sticking with it. Even like me now, like, and it's maybe because where I'm at in life, I don't want to be in a relationship, so I can see like a nice co-parenting situation happening. But what y'all think? Y'all think it's the new norm or not? Let us know in the chat. How
Is
you doing?
co-parenting the new norm?
Yeah, how you doing, Tiny? What's going on? I see you in here.
Nah, fucking the world's the new norm because clearly that's how it's happening.
Like, do you see like people coming together and like, hey, I don't want to get married. I don't want a relationship, or there's going to be some type of relationship, but it don't have to be a romantic relationship. We both agree that we want to create a offspring together. Let's do that and figure it out.
You think that's the new norm?
That's dysfunctional.
I think
think
the
that's the
reason
norm.
I think it's the reason why it's a conversation, right? Is because people they find themselves in a situation where they have to co-parent, right? Like they were with somebody, it didn't work out. Y'all remain friends and y'all co-parenting for your kids, right? Y'all doing it for the kids.
Right.
I feel like that situation is way more common. That's the cards that you're dealt versus someone going into it saying, "Hey, I'm looking to be a co-parent. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to get married to you. I just want a kid with you." And then we figure things out. Right? Because I think that opens up just a can of worms, honestly.
Yeah.
We just watched a podcast recently, or a clip from a podcast, and it was from Poor Minds. If you haven't watched that podcast with two young ladies, one of the ladies' name is Drea Nicole, and she was saying how she don't really care for marriage. She's okay with having a kid outside of, without being married. And I think from what I took from what she said was like she doesn't want to relinquish her independence. Like she doesn't, because she's making money out here, she's being all independent and whatnot. She just want to continue to do her thing.
But
let me tell her, having a kid is going to relinquish your independence more than having a man is.
Right.
Like having a kid is a taller task. If you're worried about your career and getting your bag, go ahead and have a kid.
Right,
you think the man is holding you down. Nah, the kid is going to take a lot from you.
Right.
A woman having a kid is very different from a man having a kid.
You could definitely be married and still have your independence, but like once you have a kid, like that's out the window. Like all your time and all your like everything that you do now is for the kid. So it's like at this point, like I don't think your problem is a man. Your problem is that you. Yeah, your problem is you. Because at the end of the day, like the way you're setting yourself up is, I don't want to lose my independence based on being married. Like that's not the case. Like you're painting this picture as if once you get married, that's it for your social life and everything else. Me more so, I feel like you're sharing that time with somebody, but
you gotta be willing to compromise. And I think people not me. I don't want to compromise.
And
so
that's a problem.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a problem if you know.
But you want to.
It's a problem when you don't know.
But you want to bring a kid into this world without wanting to compromise.
Yeah, I can compromise for the kid, not for the kid and you.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So you could go out there, have sex with somebody, have a kid, and then if they don't see the world how you see it, you're not willing to compromise on that. You're not willing to shift it. What kind of world are you bringing to your kid that you just have with somebody you're not willing to compromise with?
The situation I'm talking about is, my intentions from the jump. Both parties
going into it.
Both people going into it, they know what it is.
That's still dysfunctional. Like, no matter what your point of view is, the way you're bringing a child into a dysfunctional situation. But that's how I see it. No matter how you're speaking from a man who's thinking like, I don't want to compromise with, I don't want to be with nobody. This person is the same way. But we're gonna bring a kid into this world. What?
Now, I can agree that off the idea of it, you can see how it can be dysfunctional. But the ideal situation is both.
Goofy.
Ideal situation is both parties know what's going on. They both agree, and they both plan to be good partners. Now, the confusing situation is as the kid gets older, and you guys in your own personal dating lives, and the rules and the boundaries on that.
Right.
But according to the kid, until he starts being social with other kids, that's going to be his norm. He's not going to see nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
So I feel like if both parents are present for the most part, both parents express love for each other, both parents show respect towards one another, I don't think is that much of a problem. I come from a home where my parents didn't stay together, So
you want to continue the cycle?
No, it's not about continuing the cycle.
That's what it sounds like?
No, it's not that. I'm saying that people get married.
Right.
Not everybody stay together.
Absolutely. But your conversation has nothing to do with marriage. You don't want to compromise with nothing.
I honestly don't see a problem with two people coming together and saying, I don't want to get married, but we got something, there's something going on where I feel like we can do this. Now, it could be stupid, but what if it's not? What if it actually works? What if they continue to be completely honest with each other? Or they both, reliable, respect. You know what I'm saying? Like they ready for a kid.
Are you willing to roll the dice on the what if?
What's up, Lily, in the chat? We see you.
Lily said I'm
talking
lost.
about co-parenting being the new norm.
Yes, like we're talking about two people coming together and being okay with not being married but raising a kid together.
And I don't,
in the beginning, not like on some accident shit. I'm talking about both parties. Like, I want you to have my baby.
That's
I can
weird
see,
to me.
No, I think it's weird too. That's just our opinion, right?
Yeah.
Being respectful.
He's
That's
a
our
weirdo.
opinion. But I'm just saying for the question about it being the new norm.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people have that perspective or are going in. I haven't heard anyone, like you're literally the first person I've heard say that you're almost interested in something like that. So like in your I guess world, do you hear that more from females or you hear that from guys, or is it just a mixed batch?
Honestly, recently that was the first time I heard it out of someone's mouth. But I feel like if if for the most part dudes is out here having unprotected sex, they don't want to commit.
Y'all niggas not wearing rubbers.
Right? You have unprotected sex, you don't want to commit, but you may still be you may still have morals to the point where like, yo, I'm gonna take care of my child.
Right.
So in that case, you're gonna have to have a co-parenting situation, which is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Based
That's
off
the
the
cards you
situation.
dealt.
Right.
Now, if it was brought to someone's attention from jump, like, yo, I just want to have a baby by you. I just want your offspring. And we could figure it out from there.
Nah.
You know, I think I can see, yo, we in 2023. We seeing a whole bunch of shit.
Why people always say that? Like you say the year like it makes a difference about like morals change and stuff like that. Oh, it's 2049. Like what?
It's the new generation.
it doesn't-
Jake.
it doesn't-
It's the new
People,
generation.
people
get it.
want.
Can I
people,
speak? Can I speak?
You're right. Yeah, you got it.
I'm gonna put it to you this way: just because a certain generation is doing something, don't mean you have to adapt to that shit.
Right.
My thing is the way the picture is painted is you could go to somebody and say, "Hey, I like your DNA. I just want to have a baby with you." That's it. I don't want to get to know you. Nothing like that. No real understanding of the person that you are. I just want to have a baby with you. And to me, having a baby with them is just going off looks. And we just had a discussion 2 weeks ago with a doctor saying how DNA kind of plays a factor. Shout out Dr. Vortman. DNA plays a factor. Somebody could have a sickle cell trait. Things of that
People don't
nature.
be thinking oh, my bad.
Things of that nature. I know people don't be thinking like that, but then people go out there and take a risk.
They always take it.
Because you don't know this person. All right, you don't know this person. You just want to have a baby. It's just physical. Then you find out down the line that they have something in their family that could be passed down to your child. All that it will come from getting to know them.
Right.
All that will come from having a relationship. But you just saying, nah, fuck that. Let's just have a kid.
No, okay. Realistically speaking, two parties will know each other enough to know if they want to have a baby by them. It ain't no off the back based off of attraction. I want to have a baby with you. It's like, yeah, they could have been already sexually active, and possibly they could have had a little slip up and a pregnancy scare. And based off of that, they can say, you know what? If I got you pregnant, yeah, let's keep it. Doesn't mean they want to be in a relationship. And I think a lot of that is going on.
That might be true, but it's like, to me, like I don't want that for my life. Like I don't want that for me. Like I want to have a relationship and build a foundation. I don't want to have a broken home. I feel like there's enough of that. Like I done been through that. You know, other people done been through that. Like to me, I'm trying to stop the cycle. I'm trying to have it to the point where I have one complete family. There's no this is your sister, but that's not your dad, and da da da. Nobody want that.
All right, so let me ask you this question. Say if you slip up. God forbid, you slip up. You got morals. You are a man. All right? A man's man.
Yeah.
Now, would you try to work, even though you're not feeling her like that, would you try to start a relationship with her to have that happy home?
Here's the thing. Now, I wouldn't deal with somebody that I wasn't feeling like that. Like, if I see somebody that, like, all right, maybe there's potential of a relationship there.
Well, I'm sorry. I want to interrupt because I'm asking this just to clarify. Anybody that you, decide to have sex with, you see them potentially as someone that you want to be with?
Not every partner. That's why I wrap my shit up.
Okay. But accidents do happen.
So
that's what I want to talk about. An accident that happens.
I wrap my shit up.
An accident happens. This is what I'm paying. An accident happens.
Right.
Someone gets pregnant.
Right.
Do you try to start a relationship with that person?
First of all, no.
Okay.
No. Because I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, we should definitely keep it. What's plan B? No, I'm asking. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Smile for the camera.
That's not what I meant.
Smile for the camera.
Y'all read the comments. Y'all ready? All right, let me read the comments. So Tiny says, Let me see what Tiny says. She said, I personally want a family, but I could see from the perspective of I just want a kid and a responsible partner to help me raise it. She was replying to Lily. What did Lily say? She said that's weird. People don't go into with those intentions. It's like accidents that they have to make good co-parenting situations. People not actually going to have a baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's weird to want a baby from someone you don't want to commit with. You'll commit to a child that you can't take back. What? I probably read that wrong. I'm going to keep moving forward, dude. Zay says that just sounds like more single motherhood to me.
You know, that kind of promotes that.
Right.
It promotes single parenting, which is in
That's
itself
a norm
already
too, though.
like tough, huh?
That's a norm too.
That's not a norm, bro. Is it?
a
Does it
norm.
happen? Yes,
Parenthood.
it's not a norm. It's not a norm.
So I guess it's more like, hey, instead of, no, I'm not gonna say that.
No, I say it.
No, I'm saying instead of saying I'm gonna be with somebody, or I'm saying these are the cards I'm dealt, and I so happen to just end up being a single parent. I'm gonna go into it with the mindset that I'm just gonna be a single parent.
Right. Depending on if you really want to be with someone or not.
That's a
Tiny,
tough thought, y'all.
Is this
Tiny
camera?
says-
Is this camera on?
Hold on.
That's stupid.
Tiny says
That's a
Tiny
tough
says she agreed with you. Like, I don't want a broken home either, but the reality is most people don't go in wanting a broken home. I'm sure, but it's happened more often than we think.
So I guess if
So
you
it's
call
like
it
the
out,
plan
it's
isn't-
like calling it out ahead of time. It's like,
Right.
you know what? Shit might be fucked up in the future. I might as well go ahead and just have a baby
Like,
and be a single parent,
right.
co-parent.
I know, you know how many people I know who had possibly, babies aren't accidents, but they had a, what do you call it? An unexpected baby. And
Yeah.
they're not together. And they had to work towards a co-parenting situation. There's a lot of co-parenting going on. So that's the thing. That's all I'm bringing this up for. It may be a new norm for people instead of it happening by accident.
Because making a baby is fun.
Listen,
But
if you a
when-
nigga like me, right, and you, let's say you in the dating world, I don't want to. I'm not looking for a woman who has a kid. If so, like you're gonna get your kid, but now it's like, hey, are you just don't want relationships at all in the future? Because you're just making it harder for yourself to get in a relationship.
Right.
In my book,
No, you're right.
It's
I ain't got nothing to say.
No,
some,
you
people,
right.
some people don't think long term; they think short term.
Yeah.
So if there's women who really, you know what I mean? I believe there's women out there who really don't want no partner. They want help from a partner, but they really don't want a partner. They want
Like people
to run their
struggle-
own game.
People who have a kid together struggle with living their lives.
Right.
So now you like, I want to live my life, and I don't have to think about your life.
Right.
Like now it's like, hey, we both want to go out, and we're not in a relationship. Now it's like, hey, you have to take them. No,
Right.
you have to.
And
take
then
It's not
and
fair.
that- and then-
right, but
then-
we co-parents.
But then we go back to him saying not wanting to compromise. Now
Yeah,
at that
yeah.
point, you got to compromise. Well, somebody got to keep the kid.
But it's different. See, what we're ignoring is a relationship is a responsibility within itself.
Right.
So you got to manage the relationship and the
No,
baby.
no, no. Don't put
Now-
don't put more
now-
weight on. Don't put more weight on a relationship than a kid.
No,
A
they're
relationship-
just
no,
as
no,
important.
No.
They're just as important.
Your relationship with somebody, your relationship with somebody can be worked on and things of that nature. But you would
Intimate
have to.
we're
But
talking
you,
about.
but you would have to. You would have to compromise. But where you coming from is okay. Now we're just gonna throw a kid in the mix, and you're not willing to compromise. How does that work? How do you work that out? Because you're saying a relationship is just as much as a kid. No, that's another life. You could go have another relationship. You could go have another relationship. That kid, you can't. You can make another kid, but that kid is still in your life. Now you have ties to his mother. You have ties to him, ties to his family. There's a lot of shit that goes into having a kid than having a relationship.
I see a relationship where, right? Relationship A is we're co-parenting off jump. We're not in a romantic relationship. All right, so that's eliminated. Now we could be more logical about raising this kid. right? Not even more logical. We could be just this is what it's all about. How can we work something out where we can raise this kid better?
But you're not willing to compromise.
Compared to
But you get what I'm. You're
no,
not
hold
willing
on,
to compromise.
hold on. Compared to example B is we are in a romantic relationship.
Right.
That's one thing we got to manage to make sure we on the same.
Right.
And we also have a kid, so we got to make sure we on the same page to raise their kid. It's like you got to maintain. You have to maintain. Hold on. You have to maintain a romantic relationship, a healthy romantic relationship with your partner, and make sure you raise this baby well. Compared to
That doesn't
we
make
got to make
sense.
sure
That
we
doesn't
are
make
on the same
sense.
page raising this child.
If you're co-parenting, you're living 2 separate lives plus a kid. So now you have to fit in what you do on the side as well as have time for your kid on both sides. If you're together in a relationship, most likely you're going to try to be in the same home, raising this kid, bringing income together.
Yeah, I think it's very different if you're in a
bro.
relationship.
It's different.
Yeah, we're not.
No, that's
we're
what
not
he was
disagreeing.
saying. He was saying that.
But what I'm saying is, from his perspective, he's not willing to compromise.
No.
So
I'm-
now, wait, hold on.
Wait, compromise on what?
Because my thing is, all right,
Yeah,
you're not,
answer that. What
you're
am I
not-
saying? I'm
all
not
right.
compromising on.
No, you said you're not willing to compromise, right?
Yeah, for like a romantic partner, I'm not willing to compromise.
You're not willing to compromise for a romantic partner?
Yes.
That's all you're saying?
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
So when it comes to your kid, you're willing to compromise?
yes.
Wait, you're not willing to compromise if you have a romantic partner?
That's
No,
what
that's
I'm
the
saying.
reason-
Sense.
that's
I
the
was
reason-
I was gonna say the opposite. My fault. I was gonna say if you're not in a romantic relationship, it makes it harder for me to care about what you want to do on the side because, like, it's like, hey, I care about the kid now. Like we're not romantically together. You're just the mother of of my child.
Right.
So it's like when you're romantically together, you have more care. You care more about what she does. You care
Right.
about her well-being. Like you care more about her, more than just the
Not-
mother of your child.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily true. Because there's situations of co-parenting where they started off great and they're not together, but I still love this person because you are the mother of my child. So that won't go. And I respect you for
You
it.
heard what you said? Because you are the mother of my child.
Exactly.
It's different when I love her because of I love her, and I love her because she's the mother of my child.
Now,
It's-
if the thing,
it's
but
different.
the main thing is about co-parenting. It's about parenting, being us working something out where we could be good parents to our offspring.
Yeah.
It's not about romance.
I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the romance in co-parent, like if you have that romance, it makes co-parenting easier.
I don't think romance is what you. It's
you
not
have-
the because if you're co-parenting, there shouldn't be no romance in it because that's when it gets a little toxic. I think what you're saying is love in general, love for the person.
Yeah, like if I'm in love with you.
No,
No. Listen, I'm saying
Okay.
me having a child with you and me being in love with you makes the situation better. Right. Because I am not in love with you, I feel like that's why co-parenting is tougher. That's where you start to find more situations where you bump heads.
okay, I can't disagree with that because there's examples of
Right.
that being factual.
Right.
But there are examples of where off jump co-parenting co-parenting works. They found a ground where, listen, I respect you, you respect me. We're friends. And that's the ideal situation. Both friends coming together, having a kid, and raising the kid in a loving household or households. But yeah. All right. What your chat saying? Let me see what the chat's saying. Let me see. Damn. Baby mamas, Tiny said baby mamas and baby daddies stay in a relationship. Trust me. They do. Nah, little
Shits
human
don't- I
trumps
feel
all
like
of
them
that.
shits don't lie. They ticking time bombs.
Right.
What?
It's a ticking time bomb.
What?
People who stay in relationships if they're not happy, if they're not in love with each other.
Exactly.
It's a ticking time bomb.
They said this is why they say two supposed to be married before they make a baby. That's the reason why. But even when they don't last, at least even when they don't last, at least the two could have been in a relationship prior to the child. Lily says, but what if you have a compromise? What do you have to compromise with the parent you're co-parenting with? Only incentive to compromise is the child. If you start with no relationship, what makes you want to bend for a stranger? But the thing is, there is a relationship. is some type of relationship.
Where?
Maybe you guys were dating for a little bit or something like that. There is something for this. Realistically speaking, there had to be some form of relationship for you to even bring that up.
Yeah,
it's
sexual
not
one.
strangers. Yeah,
It
sure.
could be a friend. It could be a friend.
Yeah, friends too. It don't have to be, yo, I see you, let's have a kid. Even though that does happen, probably a small amount, but
You know
does
when they be
happen.
like best friends?
Yeah.
She want to co-parent with you, bro. But listen,
Wait, what?
I said she want to co-parent with you. She calling you best friend now. But I guess
She said, Lily said, sorry.
Yeah.
She said, she said, what have you found out once the baby comes that y'all don't align? That's why in the ideal situation, y'all cover all those lines
Yeah,
before
that's
you
why
actually
we're
have the
saying
baby.
those are the cards that you're dealt versus the original question is, or the original topic is co-parenting the new norm? People going into it with the intention to be co-parents, not the intention to be together, but just to have a kid together.
I don't think.
And I don't think that's the new norm.
Nah,
I'm just
that's
gonna
not
say
the
that
new
I
norm
don't
for
think
me.
that's the new norm, and I don't think there's gonna be a norm for a long time.
Ain't nobody gonna be
Lily,
like.
what I said, if that's not what I said, what did I say? Let me know, because you listening. What did I say, Lily?
Because you ain't.
Because my point is this. My point is
Is it the new norm?
co-parenting, I feel, is a new norm, and I think people are gonna be doing that more.
So you, pardon me, you looking forward to co-parenting?
No. But I can see myself. Wait, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that.
Say it. Say it.
I can see how it can make sense if the ideal situation actually becomes true. Right. But the likelihood of that happening,
So you say
I don't know.
everything would have to align in order
for
that
this to work. Yeah, if the T's are crossed, it could work. But if one T's look like an L, then you're gonna take an L.
Let me tell you something, because people be like, all right, they could do it. Of course, they could co-parent, whatever, until your partner, because don't get me wrong, whether it's sexual feelings, whatever, some ego gets in there, some type of feelings gonna be brought up. If your partner decides to get somebody new, you gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah, it all depends. It can happen. But we gonna move on to what's the word real quick. I think it kind of flows with what we're talking about.
Right.
So, if you're on Instagram, you've seen what we posted. The question is, because there's 5, we researched this. You know, we did like what about a good 6 to 8 weeks of researching, and we came up with, well, we didn't either. All right, so there's 5 types of attraction.
Damn, Gus. You gotta work it out.
All right, so there's 5 types of attraction. We have sexual attraction, physical attraction, emotional attraction, romantic attraction, and aesthetic attraction. These attractions are what people deem as the top 5 types of attractions to get into a relationship or whatever. So out of all 5 of those attractions, I'm going to name again. Sexual attraction, physical attraction, emotional attraction, romantic attraction, and aesthetic attraction. Which attraction do you feel kind of rules your pursuit in finding someone, or kind of is the ruler of your judgment?
Yeah, but just to say, like, when I came across the clip and there was a woman, she just said it and breezed past it, and I was like, wait, 5 types of attraction? Like,
Right.
I always just figured, hey, you're attracted to somebody. It was like more of like a aesthetic, physical, like, hey, I'm attracted to you. I think you look pretty. I think you have a fucking nice ass body or some shit, like whatever.
Fucking nice ass body.
Damn. But like,
Damn, girl, you fine.
But you know, when you look at it, and I'm gonna drop in the chat for everybody, so y'all can just kind of skim through where we're gonna look at here. I just dropped a link there because basically it kind of lists out all those types of attractions with a little bit of information about each one. So like, I guess y'all want to just kind of briefly talk about each one.
All right, sure. Now, before we do that, make sure you thumbs up. If you ain't here, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? We out here again on a Wednesday night for y'all.
If you in here, like the video. Because they could be at the screen like this.
like the video. share the link. Let's go. Let's get y'all, because we want to open up them lines in a few. All right, because we want to hear what y'all.
We gonna open up the live line.
The live line in a few. So let's start with the readings.
Sexual attraction.
You gonna go? You gonna read
This
it?
involves an intense desire for intimate sexual contact with others of the same or different genders.
Mm-hmm.
So sexual attraction is kind of pretty straightforward of what
Right.
it is, right? It's like lust.
Yes.
You know, you
I
find
wanna sex you up.
you just basically you have sexual feelings towards somebody. Physical attraction, which I thought it was like how you physically look, but it's more of the desire for physical contact, but not in a sexual or romantic context. So hugging, petting a dog is what the examples are
Don't
here.
put the
Wait,
pet in
excuse
the
me?
dog.
That's what it
What
says.
you talking about?
They
this?
just gave an example. For context, like physical attraction.
I
Like,
want
you
to
just wanna
hug
be
you
touched.
so
Oh,
bad.
physical.
Yeah, you just want
I
to be
want to
touched.
cuddle you
I thought,
so
I
bad.
thought you stole the
I
sexual.
want to
I'm like,
caress you.
wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever felt that before. Yeah, I want to hug you so bad, so tight. Yeah, I don't know. What's the next one?
Emotional attraction.
Emotional attraction.
This
Drake.
involves a desire for closeness or connection that may not include any physical contact. Yo, we just connect. I'm just attracted to
Right.
you in the 4D.
Now read that again. What is it? Emotional attraction? What does it say?
Involves a desire for closeness or connection that may not include
Okay.
any physical contact.
Okay.
It's a lot of types of attraction, y'all.
It takes
But
a lot
when you read this, it makes sense. It's like, oh shit, like
Right.
So romantic attraction involves a combination of physical, sexual, and emotional feelings towards someone. And I think this is the one that we most commonly think about
Right.
when we say, oh, I'm attracted to you, or I'm attracted to this, or what's my type, right? And then aesthetic attraction involves feelings of admiration for a person's appearance without any physical, sexual, or romantic desires towards them.
You don't think all these? I feel like we feel all these attractions, but I feel like they happen in tiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel like we see the physical first, and then is a sexual desire after.
lust.
You know, real lusty, and then after that, I feel like the emotional will come. Well, not the emotional. I say the
Romantic.
The romantic will come. Then the emotional, once you get to know the person, and then the last one will be the aesthetic. So,
But
they don't-
romantic is a mix of what? I forgot.
Sexual, emotional, and physical.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I feel-
that's more the
bulk.
the kind of combo right there.
right.
So when we ask you what's your type or what you're attracted to, that's kind of like you're asking what's your romantic attraction.
I think, and also to bring up, I think everybody brings something a little different. Like I can see someone and be the romantic, I be attracted to someone romantically,
Right.
and then someone else I may be more sexually attracted to, and then someone else I may be, you know what I'm saying?
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like when you
It all depends.
when you're with somebody, like when you see somebody and then like first off you see them physically, you be like, all right, I like her body, like all that, and then I just feel like it goes down in tiers, and that's how the last step is the relationship attraction. That's how you end up in a relationship after all these come together.
But my question to y'all is, based off of your past and your present,
Physical.
physical is the main one. It's the top one.
That's the one that catches me.
The physical attraction.
So physical is the more desire for physical contact, but not in a sexual or romantic context.
You need a hug, nigga.
I be talking about looking at them.
So it's
So
like
you talk about sexual then.
and that's why I say it's like it's very different. Like
Right.
because I think we generally we're all gonna just jump right towards romantic attraction because it's like unless you kind of know yourself or you know someone that you've been with before who's like, you know what, they just actually just like to lean on me. They actually like to just hold my hand.
Right.
Right? It's not romantic. It's not. It's just, hey, they actually every time they greet me, they give me a hug.
Right.
It's more of like, hey, I physically like that's. It's almost like love languages.
Yeah.
It's like I physically want to touch you.
Right.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me when you say that.
Hey, I physically want to touch
The
you.
cuff of the back of your head.
And also that physical attraction can come after initial, you know what I'm saying, the initial encounter. Like
Yeah.
it can get there.
Yeah,
like I can have no attraction to you, then eventually, you know what? Yeah, you give some good hugs. I want that now. I desire that. Come here.
Come here, little lady.
For me, it's definitely sexual and the connection. Which one is that? That's the connection, right?
Connection.
Wait, you got a connection one?
Emotional attraction.
Emotional attraction. Yeah. Sexual, emotional, and aesthetic too. But I would say top 3 is sexual first, emotional, and then romantic. Yeah. It'll go in that order.
Aesthetic is different. I mean, aesthetic is the one that kind of has me like scratching my head a little bit because as I scratch my head, see that? It says it involves a feeling of admiration
Right.
of a person's appearance without any physical, sexual, or romantic desires towards
Yeah.
them. So, like the example, you may like someone's dressing sense,
Yeah.
like their aesthetic. I guess you like their glasses,
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Hey,
or you
yo.
like. I guess you like the style of their hair or something like that.
And I think you can
And that
also
makes you
put
attracted.
I think you can also put, you know what I'm saying, for my earthly people, you know, your aura, your vibrations, that can also go with your aesthetic as well.
I think that one is more of the emotional attraction.
I can see vibrations though. I can see aura. You know what I'm saying? Now from my personal experience,
What color's aura?
it depends. You know what I'm saying? Depends on the season.
Can't see no
I definitely
aura.
seen like a purplish, a reddish aura before. I seen like a white glow. Yeah, I be seeing aura.
One was ashy, one was sick.
You stupid. One had COVID. You wild. Nah, but like, you know, based off of my type, like I may not be interested in the person, but okay, first off, the way she dresses, I like that, right? All right, then she got her natural hair going. Ooh, I like that too. Not in a sexual way, just like you look good.
Yeah.
Right.
Like from afar, I'm admiring you, and I'm attracted to how you put, you put yourself together.
Right.
Yeah, so that's
And attraction is not always, this kind of romantic desire.
Yeah.
Like you're attracted to your friends, you're attracted to your family, you're attracted to like this is what draws you to them, right? It's more not. I'm not saying it's relationships like we're boyfriend girlfriend, we're gonna be married. No, it's the relationship of why we're friends.
Right.
Like you ever met a guy like, yo, he actually has nice style. Let me talk to him, see where he got them sneakers from. Right. You were attracted to talk to that guy.
Right.
It sounds different.
It
Now,
does.
It does sound different.
If I define attraction means the noun is the action of power of evoking interest, pleasure, or liking for someone or something. So I think what you're talking about is more so evoking interest. You're interested in something about
Right.
that person.
Right. So you want me to read what it says? What is attraction here?
Sure, you can do that too.
Sure. Attraction is the sense of closeness, interest, or desire you feel towards someone. You may have heard the term attraction used mainly in sexual or romantic contexts, but attraction is restricted to these categories. But it isn't restricted to these categories.
And what is it again? What they're saying it
A
is?
sense of closeness, interest, or desire to feel towards someone.
Desire to feel. I like the Google definition a little better. But yeah. It don't say it's not locked into just what that's saying. But yeah. Shoot.
I'm trying to get close to y'all.
What y'all saying in the chat? Anybody want to call in right now?
Yeah,
Let us
call in,
know.
y'all. Tap in.
Let us know what be leading your attractions. Is it the physical? Or y'all be lusty out here? Right? Do y'all be wanting
Her
brainiacs?
language, I think that falls. Her language says she feels like mental attraction is missing. I think that's gonna fall under the emotional attraction.
Emotional attraction. Let me put the
Yeah, you could definitely be turned on by somebody's intelligence.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of
and
women are.
That's exactly what it says.
A lot of women are.
It's subdivided as follows. So intellectual is up there.
I like when I can have an intellectual conversation with a female. Like it's a conversation of substance. You know what I'm saying? It's not the usual. Oh, you heard what Devontae did last week? Oh, he in jail again. Like
You're stupid.
I don't want to hear that shit. Like you know what I'm saying. Like the same way they'd be like, oh, you should be able to teach. Like you should be able to teach a girl something. I would like to learn something from my girl.
Right.
I
would
think
like.
it goes vice versa.
Got you. It does. That's why how you have like 10-hour conversations and shit. Call in. The number is in the live line of the live chat right now. Call into the live line. I'm your man's Gus the Third. We have Ors with the Felix, and we got Shakespeare. You know how he
call
does
me
it.
Austin Felix.
Austin, the Felix.
Ors the Felix.
Damn, I should have did my chop my cheese, man.
What chopped your cheese, man? What's going on?
Well, while we waiting for somebody to call in,
Call on Tyrone.
like what chops my cheese is. All right, so I'll put it to you this way. somebody that you cool with, right? Or you think you cool with, hang out with, play ball with, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, probably travel with, been places with, and they have an event, and you don't get invited to this event. You know what I'm saying? Even if a little time has passed, right?
Right.
And this person knows you, has your number. No hit up, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm entitled to an invite, but damn, I would expect one if we cool.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But then when you see me, you smile in my face, dap me up, act like, oh, you know, that's my bro. No, we not. No, we not. Because I feel like now the relationship has changed once. Because if I got to find out you got married or you had a child through social media, we not as tight as I thought we were. And that's the energy I'm keeping. So I feel like it's got to be vice versa. I can't then invite you to my events. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you take it personal?
yes, I do. The only reason why I take it personal, because if I feel, because don't get me wrong, there's people that I knew from high school I haven't seen in years. I'm not expecting them to invite me to shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. But if I'm saying if I got a close knit, pick up that call.
If I got a close knit, hold that thought.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Where you at? Where you at?
Is this turned up?
Yep, it's not that.
Hello, 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 hello. If you just called, then call back, please.
Does it say you're on the Bluetooth?
It's a good. Nah, yeah, it says it.
Let me just try to play something. Try and play something.
Play sound real quick.
21. Yeah, call in, y'all. Tap in. It works.
Maybe my volume was down. Call back. If you just call back.
But
Let's
I
get
think
to it.
For you, Shay, I think.
Unknown caller.
Oh. Yeah, now we know it's working.
Yeah.
What's up, unknown caller?
All right.
To
Hello.
accept, press 1.
All
To send a
right.
I was about to press 2.
Hello, hello, hello. Who's speaking right now? Who's speaking?
Hi, it's Lee. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we can.
Lily.
Lee. What's good? What's good?
What's up, Lily?
Say it again.
Hi. Hello.
What's up? What you got? What's on your mind? What's on your chest? What you got to say?
Just,
What's up?
I'm just so, not confused, but like, I feel like the rhetoric that you were like speaking to about like co-parenting,
Oh, shit, she went back.
I have, I have like the same sentiments. Like a lot of people are like choosing to commit to children over people, like over like relationships with these people. And it's just like, a child is so permanent, but a relationship, like you can, you know, if it doesn't work out, you can part ways without anything binding you, and a child binds you for life. So it's like, I feel like that's more of something to think about than like the repercussions of like not being on the same page in a relationship. Like co-parenting, like you have a whole human life in your hands with somebody that, you know, I mean, like, I think mainly what I was speaking to when you were talking about in the beginning is like when you were saying that people don't have to be in a relationship. Like, what if it's just like you got like two friends or people just came to an agreement that like, hey, we're gonna go half on a baby. But it's like it takes so much to raise a child that it's like you don't only have to just, respect each other or like each other, because children bring out the best and the worst in people.
Right, because, you know, if you think about it, if you only want a child, as a female, go to the sperm bank. As a male, go adopt a baby. And it's just you and the baby. You don't have to co-parent.
Right.
If you just want a child.
That may be,
Yeah, that
may
other
be the new
person
norm
has
too.
an obligation to that child, just like how you do.
Nah, I mean, and I think, here's what I was thinking about when my coworker told me this. It's kind of like, okay, in her situation, she's known the guy for years. She's probably been dabbling with him for years. He don't want to commit. She 30, in her mid 30s. She's not getting any younger. So she
Yeah,
like,
right.
listen, put a seed in me. I trust you. blah,
But
blah, blah.
but does
Well, that
she really
sounds
though?
dumb.
It seems like she's just desperate for a child. Sorry, for lack of a better term, desperate for a child. So like, because if you really wanted a child, and you know that this man that's like, if you really want a child as a woman, and you know that the man that you're currently dealing with does not want to commit to that, and your sole goal is to have a child, you can go right down to them donor clinics and get you a little baby inside of you.
If he didn't
without
commit,
the hassle of somebody who's unwilling to commit to you, and why would you assume that they would commit to a child?
No,
Either
but
way,
I
if you
think
just want
the
child,
thing is
even
not
if you
about
just want the
committing
child,
with the
though,
guy. It's not about committing with the guy.
But then that's the thing, though. You don't know how you would feel once you are pregnant. Your your hormones and your emotions. Like she can say all of that now, and then wants this child to have their father in their life, but he never agrees to. He just agrees to put the baby in her and not be there for the baby, right? So you don't know what feelings can, come about when she gets pregnant, and how her, things may change. Like her mind may change.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily meaning like, because she's probably very sure now that it's like, okay, all she wants from him is the baby. But like, when it really comes down to it, when stuff really starts to happen, you won't be at that baby shower by yourself.
That's a fact.
You won't have to answer these questions. Like it comes with a lot. Like if you're really short in wanting the child and not wanting that person,
you set yourself
like me
up
being
for it.
like in relation with that person, then really do it solely on your own. Because then that person technically has an obligation to this child. With like, even if like she's like, okay, I can do this by myself. I don't need him, right? What if all of a sudden he's like, wait, this is my kid. This, like then you have to oblige him. You have to involve him as a parent without like, regardless of how you feel.
That's why.
What if hey, I just want a baby and I want to do this with my baby. Hey, no, I know you don't want to be with me, but this is my child as well. You eliminate that if you do it on your own completely.
Here's
without
what I would
somebody
say.
who has to be there. A donor doesn't have to be there.
Here's what I would say. And here's the rules. Here's how I think this can actually work out. I said previously, you got to cross your T's and you got to dot your I's. So in this ideal, perfect situation of co-parenting, first thing first, y'all both like each other as human beings. Maybe even love each other. Hold on. I said first thing first, I eat your brains. I said first thing is that y'all like or even love each other as human beings. That's the first thing. The second thing is really kind of like talking about parenting in general. Let it be known what kind of parenting styles you guys have and how you want to raise the child. Once y'all on the same page with that, y'all got to think about, 10 years. Y'all got to think long term. It can't be on some short term shit.
But then that's
y'all got to paint everything out.
People who are making this decision, like, okay, not all of a sudden, but like you say, like you have someone in mind and you're like, you know what? So-and-so's been in my life. We're good friends. I want to have a child with them, right?
Yeah, you're saying short term people are doing it impulsively.
Well, yeah, but like as you said, the people who are planning it, right?
Yeah.
You start having this conversation and, talking about the long term, as you said, and it's like, okay, I want to do this with my child. I want to be this kind of parent, all these things. And then it turns out, I can't have a kid with them. So like, what do you do? Like, you might as well find somebody who you want to do it with together, who you're on the same page with, and be in a relationship with that person. Because then you did all this legwork with somebody like that you're just friends with, and now you like, where does that leave y'all relationship? Because y'all got real intimate about things that y'all were gonna do together and that you're not gonna do anymore. It's like that's kind of
just to clarify, you're talking about a situation where they both say what they want, and then they like, oh shoot, this is not going to work out before having a kid. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like the scenario that you were just posing, like you said, like the planning of like, okay, this is somebody who I want to have a child with, regardless of the relationship, right? Like, hey, as you said, I respect this person. I have an admiration or love for this person outside of a romantic relationship, and I want to have a kid with them. Y'all start having the discussion, and you something very trivial. You want to pierce your son's ears, and the other person don't want to do it. You want to raise them Muslim, and the other person want to raise them Catholic.
Right.
Like, you get to those things, and it's like, why? What was the point of doing all of this with somebody who you're not, romantically involved. Like, that's a lot of
if you're a
legwork
co-parent,
with somebody that you
raise
just
your hand in the
out
chat.
to have a child with.
I get what you're saying. You basically saying if you're going through all that legwork, why not be in a relationship in general?
And you would do like those things will
And I think
relationship. So,
got you. I get what you're saying. I agree. I honestly agree with that. But at the same time, at this stage, some people don't want to be romantically involved. Simple. If they could take the romance out of it, like, yo, let's just do this because I feel like we both could be good parents, but I still want to be out here in these streets. Let's do it. You know? But
so weird.
I'm gonna open the line.
And then that's the other part. Why are you committing to a child and you want to be out like, it's like this, like no, I'm saying like, you know, like there's stages in your life where you like, if you want to still be out in the streets, go ahead and do that. But you can't, you know, there's a time in your life where if you want to have a child, you have to commit more of that time. So how much time you gonna spend in the streets? You got to be spending it at home with them bottles and them diapers. Like there's moments where you can get to that point, but initially you have to commit a lot of your time and energy to a child. And if you're not ready for that, what's the point of doing it half-assed with somebody when you can do it full force?
I hear what you're saying. We appreciate you, Alili. We're gonna open up the calls to see who else want to chime in about their 1, 2, 3 cents.
I want the co-parents to call in.
Right, that's a fact.
What's up with it, co-parents?
Thank you, Lily.
Nah, it'll be
right,
fire to have their
Bye. But I think the main thing about simple is this. It's kind of like what makes sense to you versus what's actually happening. Like, I think certain things make sense, right? You should get married before you have a kid. You should be in a relationship before you have a kid. Yeah. But
I don't think it's necessary. For me, it's not necessarily marriage. I would like to, be married, but I'd rather be with someone and have a kid instead of just have a spillage.
But I think, see, you'd rather be in a romantic relationship for the most part.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Because there's multiple types of relationships. So it could be straight sexual and then blah, blah, blah. But yes, he was in the chat right now. Who's speaking? Melanie Balat. What's good?
Balat is crazy.
Balut, shout out to you. Lorraine, what's good? What's good? Anybody else want to call in? Let yourself be known. About what you were saying though, taking it personal when you thought you were close to someone, but based off of their actions, you realize you're not. You take it personal.
Yeah.
What about you, Osh? Would you take it personal? Someone that you...
No, I think what I was going to say to the beginning of his conversation was he said that, you're my... he probably sees you as, you're my friend that I play ball with. You probably... And that's why I said, you probably just had him on a higher pedestal than he had you, which that happens all the time.
I mean, but my thing is, all right, you just heard ball, right? But I done met this person's family.
Mm-hmm.
Been to their cribs, things of that nature. Like, not everybody can just meet my family.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So if I meet your family, we went to school together. I'm talking about from elementary school. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you done been through situations, call my phone, same thing I call your phone. And in those instances, like, I'm thinking about those stuff, and I was like, well, damn, nigga could get an invite. And then imagine them inviting the people around you.
That's different. See, now you throwing more details out there that make it sound more.
See, I was trying to be nice, but all in all, it's like they invite the people around you and don't invite you. And it's like, well, damn, he knows I'm in this group of friends, right?
In this situation, do you confront the person or do you just kind of move different?
I move different because it didn't start with me moving different. They move different already. So I'm going to follow suit. And then from then on, there's no beef. But it's like, I know where I stand.
You know,
right.
Now you know, that's all. It's just a moment of clarity. It's like, hey, listen, I thought wrong. Fuck it.
Right.
I'm moving on.
Right.
Like with me, I wouldn't take it personal. I always find things interesting and I move accordingly. So it's like, say if one of you guys, y'all invited, it would be strange. I'll give a little interesting.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I love when the truth comes out. Because I'm a believer that the truth will always come out eventually.
Right.
So once I see that, I like that. I want that. I gotta have that truth. Okay. And I move accordingly. Yeah.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
But it is weird, though. It's definitely weird. Like, whoa, that's okay.
Right. Because if I say like I have an event, I invite Austin, I invite Gus, I invite
Lily, call again.
I invite Bello. I don't invite Kyrie. You know the group of friends that I hang around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You part of that group of friends. You've been hanging out with us, and I just don't invite you.
To me, I'd be logical. So I'd be like, yo, it gotta be a reason why.
Like me personally, if I invite you a lot, eventually I'm probably gonna stop inviting you if you always say no.
Right.
Right? Which I feel like is completely normal. Because if somebody did it to me, I would be
Unknown
like,
caller.
right, I always said no.
All right. Let me see. Hold on.
Press 1.
Hello.
Hi.
Lee. You gonna be our last caller before we wrap this show up. Let us know what's on your mind.
Yeah, I'll try to, wrap it up. But yeah, I definitely understand, like, thinking you have one type of relationship with somebody and then you find out it's different. But I feel like right now it's very normalized. Like as you guys, like your response is like, oh, just move accordingly. But like we don't put the legwork into like I feel like there's a lot of relationships that could have been salvaged or that could have been like, could have leveled up with just a conversation. And, sometimes it's uncomfortable to have because you don't want to feel like begging somebody to like be your friend. But it could have really just, it could have been like a difference of opinion or they just don't see your perspective on things because like, it's two people in this relationship, but we both have two different mindsets of what is okay, what's normal to do and what's not. So like, of course, you're expecting this invite and you're expecting to come, and that person it could be with no malice and no ill will or bad intentions, and they're just like, oh, maybe just didn't think you want to come. Like it's all these scenarios that you may have never like thought of, but it's like take the conversation like, oh, I never know you felt this way. You like, my bad. And y'all could probably like level up or move on, or it can be like an actual understanding of, oh, maybe this, relationship isn't what I thought it was.
I 100% agree. I think a simple, mature conversation can resolve and salvage a lot of relationships and friendships.
Right.
A simple, mature conversation.
Right.
Communication will take you a long way. I do
That's a
agree.
fact.
100%.
Yeah.
But silence.
I feel like they don't
I too
teach
agree
us
with
about
that.
like being a friend.
What'd you say?
Like I feel like when you are growing up, there's nobody that really, if your parents don't really teach you about like what it takes to like, foster good relationships, because you're not going to like your friends all the time, or you're not going to, everything's not going to go great all the time. So like there's friendships that have grown from sticky situations when a conversation was had where you have like the understanding of, you get to learn people and your relationship grows from there. And we don't really talk about how to like foster good relationships.
But I was 20.
relationships.
I was 20-something years old when I realized. When I found out that, oh shoot, I got to put work into this relationship.
Yeah,
I was 20-something years old. I was like, what? You can?
Yeah, acquaintances, even. Yeah.
You call me a bad friend? What? That's a such thing? Well, shoot. I ain't never cheated, or you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. I ain't never stole money from you. I ain't never did any ill will towards you, but because I'm just bad at reaching out, I'm a bad friend. Damn.
Yeah.
And
you have
that's
to
some
learn
relationships are like that.
Out of friendships and
But
learn how they, because you can't expect yourself from everybody. Like, like what Shake was saying, like with the, like, like he mentioned, you don't invite everybody to like meet your family. And for some people, they let anybody off the street come meet their mama, daddy, sister, cousin, brother. Like it's people are very different. So you have to, you learn people through life.
Right.
All right, later, y'all. I gotta go.
Thank you, Lily. It's always a pleasure to have you on the
Nah,
live
don't go now.
line.
Don't go now.
And continue to call because we love it.
Nah, Lily, we got a whole nother hour. Where you going?
Where you going? Where you at? Where you stay? All right.
you
Peace
doing?
out.
Please hang up on that note. What is wrong with you?
Shout out everybody in the chat.
Yes,
Shout out to
sir.
everybody in the
Yes,
chat. Make
sir.
sure
Melanie,
you press
Lily,
that
shout
thumbs
out
up.
to y'all.
Make sure you press that thumbs up. Shout out to Lorraine. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Melanie. Shout outs to
Small Talk Podcast with Tiny. Shout out Tiny.
shout out Zay. Zay in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Matt Boy Entertainment.
Shout out Mac Boy.
Shout out Rebecca. And shout out everybody else who's watching the show.
and
We love
shout
y'all.
out- and shout out Yah Mans and them live for hitting 150 episodes
That's
on
a
YouTube.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Round of applause.
150
No, we don't want
motherfucking
that.
episodes.
You want that one?
That's 150 weeks. And more.
150 weeks of Yah Mans and them live. And do we count the pandemic episodes? Did we number that?
No, we didn't remember
I
that.
don't think we number that. Yo, so
The
hey, we
lost-
already had 300, but we don't count those.
The
you heard?
Lost Files.
The lost files of Yah Mans and live.
Listen,
YMATL podcast.
that's one milestone right there. We got another milestone. We
That's
are
a
almost
fact.
at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
So if you are not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button and tell your peoples about Yah Mans and them live.
What is a schmutton? Anyway.
All right, y'all niggas playing, bro.
You schmut. All right. You just finished watching Yah Mans and them live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
Yes, sir. I'm your man's Austin Felix.
You want to give me some music?
Oh, you need music?
Yeah. And I'm your man Shakespeare in the Random Studio in Brooklyn, New York. This is Yah Mans and them live.
150, you heard? You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them live. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them live. With your mans and them live. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them live. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them live. It's your mans and them live. It's your mans and them live.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.
You are now rocking with your mans and them live. You know this shit fire with your mans and them. Shout out to the family that been down with your mans and them live. With your mans and them live. With your mans and them. Go and call in, hit the line with your mans and them live. Go have a good time with your mans and them. We the only ones that wear the crown. It's your mans and them live. It's your mans and them live. It's your mans and them live.
You are now watching Yah Mans and them live.